Pastor Mark Biltz here from Shaddai Ministries. Thank you again so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe and share. Also, please like this video, and we would love to hear your comments. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye. And the Torah portion today is Sav. And what does Sav mean? Command. You ain't the boss of me. How many of us have heard that before? I mean, one problem with all of humanity is we don't want to submit to anybody unless we like what they're telling us. We will submit as long as you do what I say. It's kind of fascinating. But that word Sav is made up of two letters. You'll notice underneath the Hebrew letters, the first one going from the right to the left is the Shaddai, and the next one is the Vav. Okay, so here I separated that, and that is the word command. If you remember in Hebrew, though, every letter is a word. Every letter is a picture. The letter Sav represents people who are righteous. The first letter of righteousness, Shaddai or a Tzaddik. And so we see the first letter represents a righteous person. The picture was of a fish hook, like you're going to go fishing. Well, the letter Vav in Hebrew, in English, it's the word and, a conjunction. It connects things. So the letter Vav is a connector. And so when we see the word Sav in the middle, we see, wow, a command is how the righteous connect. Does that make sense? And it is surrounded by these two letters, the Mem and the Tav, and that is the word mitzvot, which means a commandment. So we're to do the commandments, and so we see the root of commandments is how the righteous connect to God. What's amazing about that, so here we have commandments, that's a mitzvah is singular, mitzvot is plural, representing all the commandments. Okay, well, what's fascinating, you take the word sot, if you leave out the mem, and you take the last three letters, guess what that word is in Hebrew? It means a team. We're to team up with God through the commandments. That means team. And the first two letters, the mem and the sav, means to be attached. So what happens when we follow the commandments? That's how we connect to the Lord. Okay, it's how the righteous connect and we become a team. Who wants to be on Messiah's team? All right, now, if you want to be on Messiah's team, then we need to be connected. How is that done? How are we connected? Well, have you ever seen a three-legged race? Okay, what happens? They're connected and they're running together. So I want you to think of keeping the commandments not as some mean duty, do this or else. No, it's a race. How many know we're in a race? But guess what? It's a three-legged race with the Messiah, all right? Or maybe we're all tied together. That is what is meant by being yoked with Messiah. Let me give you an example. Look at Matthew 11, verse 28 through 30. This is in the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament. Listen to what Yeshua says. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavily burdened. Anyone here like that? A lot of us are. You're not alone. But the Lord says, hey, look, if you're heavily burdened, I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. It doesn't say, well, let me just say that. It says, take my yoke upon you and then learn from me. How do you learn from someone unless you're with them? Unless you read about them, unless you study them. The only way we're going to get rid of our burdens is by taking on his yoke. It's like a bicycle built for three or whatever. You got the dad pedaling in the front and the little kids in the back just enjoying the ride. That's what it is. Messiah will carry our load. And look what it says. Take my yoke upon you, learn from me, for I am what? Gentle and lowly. In other words, he's humble. There's nothing worse than a proud man standing next to a humble God. That's like something's wrong with this picture. And look what he says. You will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Now, this is why God said, don't be unequally yoked. Because if you're unequally yoked, wow, it's going to be a problem. It's like having a husky dog sled and you have a chihuahua in the back. That's not equally yoked. There's going to be some problems. Okay. We have both, each one, we have a body, soul, and spirit, right? Okay. If those three are not connected, what happens? You're dead. Okay. Well, the same thing. If our soul isn't connected to the Messiah and we're getting that life source from him, spiritually, we're dead. Okay? So there is within a mitzvah that which successfully connects our physical realm, where we're here right now, to the spiritual realm. The way we connect our physical realm to the spiritual realm, if you remember, Moses' tabernacle was built after the pattern. It was in heaven, they made it on earth, and there's like some harmonic resonance. As the angels are singing in heaven, we're singing in heaven. There's this connection there. Okay, so when we do the mitzvots, it's not us doing the mitzvot, it's really the Messiah doing the mitzvot, and we've teamed up with him. Why would you not want to work with the Messiah? You have to understand, it's not your works. You've decided to team up with him who's doing the work. When we say, our Father, art in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth, his will won't be done on earth unless it's through you. So that's the purpose of the mitzvah, is we need to connect with God so that his will be done on earth. If we don't do the mitzvot, how can he get his will done on earth? You can see why the devil wants us to throw out all the mitzvot. Okay, now,